Am I the a-hole for refusing to contribute to my step family? I'm 17, living with my dad, his wife, her 2 sons, and a daughter. My dad's marriage to her started out as he was cheating on my mom while she was sick. She found out about it and kicked him out, but she died before a divorce could happen. I went to live with him then. I was 10. In the last 7 years, I have done everything to just spend as much time with other family and not get involved, and it worked. My dad lost all my respect with what he pulled, and his family was put forever in the nothing to me zone. When she kicked out a shit storm, when my mom's funeral rolled around, which is a story we don't need to get into. But anyway, I have a part-time job. I also get some money from my grandparents on occasion, and I have savings that only they can access while I'm a minor that was saved by them. My dad lost his job because COVID last year, and his wife was a stay-at-home mom. Things took a turn for the worse when they found a couple of leaks and molds in the house, where a lot of whatever money they had needed to go into. Now they're okay-ish, but could do with more money. They have asked me to start pitching in with money. I said no. I said I support me with my money and the rest goes on me getting out as soon as I turn 18. My dad's wife told me that they deserve to be treated better after 7 years, and that the least I could do is to accept that they are also my family and family helps each other. My dad said do it for the kids, or at least for my half-sister since she's still a toddler and is related to me. I asked him if he really thought I was happy about his bloodline given what he did and given that he expected me to just suck it up so he could have what he wanted when I was grieving 10-year-old boy. He told me most kids get over pretty stuff like that after a year and we could have a better family. And then he ranted about how much my mom sucked for getting sick and bragging us down. He's lucky I'm pretty in control of my emotions because he pushed buttons that are very sensitive. I told him he was the one who brought things down. I told him he didn't get the shit on someone for trying to survive and how dare he expect that to win me over. But the fact still remain things are pretty rough right now and there is a 3-year-old involved and well as 14 and 15-year-old. So let me know, am I the a-hole?
Right? Stepmom can't afford the luxury of being a stay-at-home mom at the moment. She needs to get her ass up and get a job and stop harassing op. Meanwhile, Dad can get a job at any fast food place to tide the family over. NTA. My parents did that when I was a young child, in the 70s when there really wasn't daycare as we know it today. I think it contributed to the great relationships I had with both my parents. I have wonderful memories of my time with both of them individually and as a family with my sisters who are 10 years older than me, so were already in school when I was young. I will never understand these stories. When I was younger, we moved from one side of the country to the other. Dad had a job to go to and was wrongfully terminated. He dropped into every business that employed his trade and when that didn't work, went back to where we'd moved from to have employment and still support our family while Mom worked in the new location and us kids went to school. My parents taught me that you do what you gotta do for your kids. If supporting your family, and especially your kids, is your priority, and it should be, then you find some way to do that. You don't delegate that role to a 17-year-old. No idea of the circumstances around the dad losing his job, but the labor market is very tight right now in many places. There are lots of jobs available. They might not be the kind of work he wants, but hey, why bother when you can sit at home and have your 17-year-old kid be the main breadwinner for 6 people? Gross. Yep, if one has a family, they need to get off their butt and go to work. Even in stepmom's case it might be flipping burger or grocery shopping. She probably is lacking in skills. I know she can work at a daycare, that way she can take youngest to work with her. NTA. Absolutely NTA. It does suck that they're having such rough circumstances right now, especially for the children involved. But you know who else had rough circumstances with a child involved? Your mother. Did your father amp, his wife amp, the kids help then? Return the favor. Give them as much help and support now that they did then. Can you stay with your grandparents? NTA, I was an adult but my sperm donor also was cheating on my mom while she was dying and she didn't have time to divorce him. I say this from the bottom of my heart, fuck your dad. Get out as soon as you can and never look back. Any person who can do what he did is really screwed. I keep a bail money account for the day of my sperm donor's funeral so I can walk up in the middle and piss on his casket. I am 8-out woman, so the plan is to wear a dress and pop a squat. So long as I am not exposing myself, it shouldn't be an issue there. But I will double check when the time comes. Mine bragged to my mom that while she was in the hospital after giving birth to my sister, he was cheating on her. This came out when they were getting divorced, so she doesn't know if it was true or not, but this does seem like something he would do. I would tell Op to go live with her grandparents now. Legal emancipation is really difficult, it'll take a lot of money and time. And they're already 17 years old, there's nothing really stopping them from just doing what they want to do. Sure, they can technically get the authorities involved and have them brought back from the grandparents to their house. But then Op can just leave again the next day. The authorities can't physically stop them, only react after the fact. Leave and make them do it all over again. Still show up for high school, just stay at a different, safe, house. Time is on their side, in a few months there's literally nothing the parents can do about it. Haven't talked to it in years. No intention of it. They both worked for the prison system at a supermax prison though, and all their inappropriate texts, photos exed along with the texts of my mom begging her to leave our family alone were shared with them. Kind of a no-no for the person in charge of the drugs to be carrying on an inappropriate relationship with someone with direct access to people doing life in a supermax facility. They were also shared with her husband, who she was in the middle of a divorce/custody battle with. Last I heard they were both unemployed and her license was also up for review. NTA. You're an ATM to them. Pitching in to help family at your age is babysitting occasionally, doing chores, etc., not helping pay the bills. They wanted kids. They wanted a family. They can put on their adult pants and fill their responsibility. It isn't yours. Stand your ground. Save the money and get out when you can.